It really does feel like Groundhog Day. This time last year, Tottenham, ravaged by injuries, down near the relegation zone, but crushing it in Europe. Yet again, another Tottenham manager looks like he's going to fall on his sword. Thomas Frank rumored with a swift exit from North London. Today, I'm pushing him off the ledge. I'm sending him to the job seeker sites. I'm going to become the new Tottenham manager. Mr. Rebuild, another Aussie. Let's take this injury-ravaged side and make them European champions. So we're here using live start points on the 20th of January. Probably a good thing for us because, of course, it would have been even tougher after Burnley drew with Tottenham yesterday when I'm recording. Currently sitting 10 points clear of the relegation zone. It would take a massive effort for us to get relegated. Here in January, though, with money to spend, Conor Gallagher's in the squad. Now let's kick on and see if we can salvage something out of this season. I mean, we theoretically could win the rebuild here in season number 1. If the Premier League live start dates helped us, the Champions League ones did not, because Tottenham beat Borussia Dortmund and are currently sitting, I believe, 5th in league phase play. We're 11th right now. And when it comes to transfers, I want to toe the line between realism of this season, but also making it my own rebuild. For example, Andy Robertson has been rumored massively with a move to North London, but I don't want to bring him in. I would rather put my stocks into a long-term plan of destiny than go for a 31-year-old Andy Robertson. I would rather put our money towards some big-name signings that are rumored. But for me, somebody who is rumored massively with a move to Tottenham that I desperately want to bring in is Karim Adeyemi. His girlfriend is actually the one who is sparking all of these transfer rumors in real life. She wants to live in a major city, not in Dortmund. I get it. I've been to Dortmund. Great football place. Not much going on, but Karim Adeyemi is going to be coming to London. Happy wife, happy life. The German midfielder, our first signing of the Mr. Rebuild era at Tottenham. But from the realism side of things, players like Mickey van de Ven, he is rumored with a move away, but it's only to Liverpool. I have transfer listed him to keep that era of realism, but I will only be selling him if it's Liverpool that comes in. I'm hoping they don't because he is such a valuable asset. Look how many players are out though. We are absolutely decimated in that aspect. Once we get these guys back, we will be in a much better position. Let's see if we can match the real life result though. I think it was a 2-0 win off the top of my head. Adeyemi making his debut against his former side of Borussia Dortmund, and we get the win. All right, that is beautiful. Now we need is a draw against Burnley to match real life. We will unfortunately be losing Yves Bissouma at the end of the season on a free. Refused to sign a new contract. All right, let's see if the 1-1 scoreline can happen. I would kind of like it, although a win would be nice. All right, I'll take the 1-0. I will take it. Conor Gallagher with the goal. No! Oh, no. Liverpool have come in for Mickey van de Ven. Oh no. Okay, I'm still open. I can negotiate it, but oh my god, I have to negotiate it. This is the part of realism I don't like. Liverpool want him desperately, and it sounds like he wants to go there in real life, but I want to get my money's worth. Let's see if we can get £57 million from the man walking the plank in Arne Slot. He says 42-1. Gonna have to play hardball. I'm gonna have to negotiate rather. 54 mil, but they're only saying 42. That seems absolutely abysmal. Remove the sell-on clause. I don't want to do this. Van de Ven is such a good career mode centre-back and is such a good Premier League centre-back in real life. All right, they say 50 mil. I'm going to have to start thinking about centre-backs to bring in. And there it is. Basically, the next day, Mickey van de Ven packing his bags to head north. Every fibre in my being... Oh, Mason Mellier's loan went through. That's nice. But as I was saying in my depressed state, every fibre in my being hates doing this. But it's happening in real life. Let's go get ourselves a new centre-back. And whilst Tottenham are rumoured in real life with a bunch of decent centre-backs, a lot of them are centre-backs for the future. None of them are going to be able to come into the squad right now. I could go for Kevin Danso and keep him in the starting 11, but I want to get somebody to replace with that 50 mil. So we will travel all the way to Istanbul to get that centre-back in. Signing the African Ivory Coast defender, Wilfred Singo from Galatasaray, 25 mil. Going to be making another departure here to our backline. Another man that is strongly linked with a move away to multiple clubs. In this universe, though, Dragusin is heading to Goodison Park. We are here on transfer deadline day. I have got a loan move for Matthias Tell. 2 years at Selhurst Park for him, but I'll likely recall him before that. I just wanted to get him out the door. Didn't really have time to negotiate with 3 hours left. And so, as the January window comes to a close, this is the team we go into battle for season 1 with. I must say, it is a team that has promise in so many areas, but other areas that I look at and I'm like, I'm going to have to upgrade in the near near future. I don't think we're going to be able to win a Champions League with this team in Season 1, but I'm excited to give it a go at least. We did end up winning our final league phase game though against Eintracht Frankfurt, so we have sat and finished in one of the automatic Champions League spots, so we'll let the playoffs unfold and see who we verse in the round of 16. And well, here's the answer. An all-English and all-London affair in the Champions League round of 16 against Chelsea. The good news though, fellas, is that Kulusevski and Richarlison are back. Kulusevski into the starting 11, Richarlison onto the bench away at Stamford Bridge for this first leg. Conor Gallagher and Solanke technically against their former sides. And we win it 2-0. Kulusevski scores on his return and Adeyemi scores as well. 2-0. That is, oh my God, we might actually go on a Cinderella run. Hopefully these performances carry over into the Premier League as well. But here we go, a 2-0 lead at home. Don't bottle it, fellas. Don't bottle it. We lose, but that's okay. It's not enough. We are heading to the quarterfinals. The dream of half a season of a rebuild stays alive. Oh no. We're immediately going to be versing Mickey van de Ven, our former player. It's Liverpool versus Tottenham in the quarters. Come on, fellas. First leg at home this time. Another 2-0 lead to start would be absolutely brilliant. We get the win regardless, though. Van de Ven gets subbed off in the 79th minute. Kulusevski scores the winner. We take a 1-goal advantage to Anfield. Oh, come on, fellas. Scoreless draw and we go to the semi-finals. Come on, Tottenham. Come on, Tottenham. No! Oh my God, I can't be too upset, but Van de Ven scored. We got absolutely dominated. Van de Ven scored the goal that equalized, and then Florian Wirtz sent Liverpool through to the semi-finals. That is a choke job. And the sad thing is we're probably, unless we go undefeated for the rest of the season, not going to get another bite of the cherry in Season 2 because we have started from such a piss-poor position. Oh my God. The slow start kills us. We have finished 7th. We've actually had an incredible second half of the year here with Tottenham. 59 points, which I believe hopefully is going to get us Conference League football at the very worst next year. Who ends up winning the title? It is Arsenal, 10 points clear and relegated down to the Championship. Just like real life right now, it is West Ham, Burnley and Wolves. The FA Cup goes to Liverpool, who end up versing Ipswich. Ipswich went on a Cinderella run, whilst Man City win the Carabao Cup. Of course, real life at the start of the season, Tottenham lost to PSG on a penalty shootout in the Super Cup. This is reassuring. Liverpool win the Champions League. Fenerbahce defeat Nottingham Forest to win the Europa League, and AEK Athens win the Conference League. I'm excited to get a full season under our belts next year though. I probably have to consider going for a new striker, I can't lie. Real life, I don't know, but in this version, we need somebody we can build around for the future. Damn, Tell went up +3 in half a year at Crystal Palace. Maybe we bring him back, depending on our budget. Maybe we bring him back and give him the starting striker role. Few men leaving the club at the end of the season though. Ben Davies refusing to sign a new contract. As we know, Yves Bissouma heading to Burnley, and then João Palhinha and Randall Kolo Muani heading back to their parent clubs. We have got a lot of players returning from loan in Season 2 though, so we're going to have a lot to figure out next year. Okay, never mind. Tell will be staying out on loan. We have got a ridiculous amount of money. I want us going all out to make sure we can get back to the Champions League. And I want us making our big signings from the jump. I don't want Tottenham to be a lower half team anymore. If Tottenham want to keep the tag of one of the big clubs in English football, they need to start performing like it, and we need to start making signings that reflect that. So we will be signing a man that is partially rumored. I'm not sure how strong the rumors are, but rumored nonetheless with a move in real life, which is a blessing to us. It is Karim Adeyemi's former teammate, now teammate once again. It is Felix Mecha, the center midfielder, joining us from Borussia Dortmund. 86 overall, 64.5 mil. Big boy signing right there. And we will parlay that into our new striker signing, getting him over from Fiorentina. He knows how to play in the Premier League, done it on loan with Everton. 84 overall. It is the Italian Moise Kean signing for 50 mil. Strap in though, fellas. We are about to go absolutely buck wild, clearing out this squad. It's going to be a mixture of loans and departures. George Abbott starts it off with a loan. Wilson Alderweireld, 2 years with Sunderland. Our first permanent departure is going to be a big one though. Might ruffle a few feathers, but James Maddison spent most of the year injured. He's not going to get a starting role in our squad. It's a fresh start. Although, to be fair, I don't know how much game time he's going to get at Man City. 29 years of age, 82 overall. We sell James Maddison. We are not even close to done again with maybe some controversial business. Mike Mikey Moore's heading off on loan to Leeds. But as you would have just seen, we are going to be saying goodbye to Richarlison, a polarizing figure heading to Birmingham. Dane Scarlett, we're going to cut him free, give him a chance to resurrect his career at Sampdoria. Will Lancashire heading on loan to Freiburg for 2 years. The thing with this Tottenham squad, there are a lot of players that are 28, 29, 30 years of age that used to be solid starting players, but now they just aren't really that high rated overall wise, don't have room to grow, and have expectations of still being in the starting 11. I've got to get rid of those guys. Luka Vuskovic, not one of those guys. He's heading off on loan. He's actually a stud. But Rodrigo Bentancur falls into that category. A quick break from the selling to make a signing. Pedro Porro is still my guy at the right back role, but he is the only right back on our books right now. I'm going to tap into one of the relegated Premier League sides, bring in one of their, 24-year-old decent right backs as a backup option. We get him on a pretty cheap deal. Kiana Horvath joining us from Wolves for 6 mil. From here on in, though, it is going to be an absolute onslaught of loans. Well, that's if everything goes to plan. Young Min Hyuk, 2 years at Benfica. Archie Gray heading to the Toffees. Tyrese Hall, Coventry bound. Ashley Phillips, Villarreal. And finally, Kota Takai heading to Leipzig. Bro, this team is something else. This team looks absolutely beautiful now. Kulusevski back in a match. The one thing that might ruffle a few fellas or have some question marks, I have converted Gallagher to that left midfield role. I'm not married to the decision right now, but I'm willing to give him the first half of the season. If he's not performing, we still have £150 million. So I will likely go and sign a new left midfielder in January, but if Gallagher's brain in it, then we will stay away from it. Confirmed though, fellas, we are in the Conference League this season. It's not really a priority because it can't get us Champions League qualification. If we win it, that would be brilliant, but I'm kind of keeping it the same way that I look at the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. It's not going to help us achieve our goal, but it would be a nice moment. All right, 1st of January, we sit 7th, which isn't ideal, but the nice thing is that we are 3 points out of the Champions League. Liverpool, Arsenal, they're all Man City's crushing it. We're losing track very quickly with 2nd and 3rd, but we could get ourselves into the top 4 very easily. And honestly, Conor Gallagher hasn't grown too much at all. We've got the money. I think we're going to be best if we just go in and get a world-class left midfielder. We need something to give us the edge over these teams currently in the top 4. I've wanted to sign this guy in a rebuild for so long, and we finally get the opportunity to do it. This is the type of signing that is going to make Tottenham a juggernaut of English and European football. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. 86 overall, 25 years of age. It is the Spaniard, Alex Baena, joining us from Atletico Madrid. I'm pretty confident this is going to be a club record signing. £104 million to bring the Spaniard in. This is the type of signing that gets you Champions League football and Champions League titles. Good stuff. All right, we're going back to the Champions League. Tottenham have qualified by finishing in the top 4. 69 points, 6 behind Arsenal. We were never in the title race. In fact, nobody was in the title race behind Man City. And they were 4 points and 2 losses off a Centurion and invincible season. We finished 4th though. We're going back to the Champions League and I want us going on a run. Relegation zone here in season 2 sees West Brom, Leicester and Leeds going down. Liverpool win the FA Cup. Unfortunately, we went out in the quarterfinals to Bournemouth. That feels like a missed opportunity. Man City win the Carabao. Again, another quarterfinal loss to a team we probably should have beaten. An All Madrid Champions League final, which goes to Real Madrid. Newcastle in the Europa League. How did we go in the Conference League? We went undefeated in league phase play, so directly into the round of 16 when we beat Samsunspor 6-1. Good. Quarterfinals. We beat Racal, so we are into the semifinals. Are we heading to a final? No, we are not! We lost to PAOK. We lost to the Greek side PAOK, who lost 2-0 to Wolfsburg. That's actually a massive L. Regardless, though, we're heading back to the Champions League, which is the #1 priority. But holy hell, what a season from Kulusevski. He gets himself 49 goal contributions, up to an 86 overall. Solid first year for Moise Kean, and an incredible second half of the year for Alex Baena. Imagine him with a full season under his belt. Matthijs Tel also getting himself a decent year on loan at Crystal Palace. Mikey Moore up +3. Odebear +3. We're getting some good growth from all of the lads on loan. Lancashire +3. Mason Melly is going to be coming back in January. +3 for him. Takai up to a 75. Phillips up to a 75. Vuskovic up to a 79. We've got a good young core really coming through here in Tottenham. Back to the Champions League with Tottenham in season #3. If season 1's quarterfinal run was a Cinderella story. I want to make the quarterfinals look like a disappointment next year. I want us going pedal to the metal to win a Champions League title here in Season 3 with Tottenham. I'm bringing in a centre-back that's going to eclipse my plans. I wanted to slowly build up Singo and Romero, although Romero is 29, but I want to win the Champions League right now. Singo's not at that 85 marker, but Alessandro Buongiorno is. The Italian defender signs for 47 mil. We do have a few moves to make departures-wise this season, though. Some of them were meters clearing out the deadwood that didn't go last year. Others, like this, are players refusing to stay. Mohamed Kudus would have been an awesome backup option to Adeyemi, but unfortunately, I get it. He doesn't want to play backup. We've sold him to United over market value, but there was no way I was getting 48 mil. Alfie Dorrington, finally selling him though. I accepted like 10 offers for him last year. Oh my god, it looks like all the guys that I tried to get offers for last year are finally heading out. Damola Ajayi, again, just like Dorrington, I accepted a million offers for, finally leaving for an Austrian club. Another year, another loan move for Luka Vuskovic. He's progressing really nicely as we expected, 80 overall, but he's going this year to Bournemouth. Mikey Moore makes the loan move to AS Roma. And similarly to Kudus, Jed Spence had expectations of being a starter. He has the important squad role. I couldn't renegotiate his contract, and Destiny Udogie is the man for me at left back, so there's going to be no more competition. Jed Spence has been sold. Again, would have been a great backup option, would have been great for squad depth, but we've sold him to Chelsea, rather. Someone we will not be selling, though, is Kulusevski. I'm blocking offers for him. But we do need to replace both Kudus and Jed Spence. Bringing in some guys that, as The Rock says, they know their role. Bashir Humphries is joining us from Burnley as a left back option. And coming across from Brentford, a backup option to Adeyemi, it is Dango Otaro. The right midfielder, 80 overall. I'm excited to have him as an option. This team is red hot, boys. I mean, we're in a similar position to last year where Udogie, like, he's got nothing but clear air right now. No Jed Spence to compete. 24 years of age, 82 overall. We still have a stupid amount of money. So similar to Colin and Gallagher like last year, if we get to January and Udogie is not at a strong point, then I will look to upgrade him. But for now, the role is his. The attack, I would be surprised if we have to make any changes, barring somebody wanting to leave the club. Romero, hoping we can get him up to an 85, give him a go, but might need to go for a big upgrade. We'll see how it plays out. Oh no. Oh no. Boys, because Newcastle United won the Europa League, that knocked us out of the Champions League. We finished 4th, but do not get that spot. That is actual robbery. We are not in the Champions League this year. We are in the bloody Europa League. Are you taking the piss? That honestly changes my strategy. I might have to go and just bite the bullet and go and get ourselves another centre-back to get ready for next year, basically. We need to make sure we make the top 4. I am devastated. I thought we were genuinely going to be a chance of winning a Champions League here in Season 3. We need to win the Europa League now, that's for certain. Oh, okay, there's competition. There is competition. We sit 6th right now, better than last year, but I don't want to get 4th. I'm actually terrified now that I want us getting 2nd, or we could win the league right now. We are 5 points off Liverpool. Let's put that money to use. Let's get the best team possible and make sure that our destiny is in our hands. But Romero has gone up to an 85. That is nice. I'm just wondering whether I try to get somebody that's like 88 or something. I'm definitely going in for a new one. Actually, let's just put all of our money into signing one of the world's best left backs. Let's do that. We've made it happen. We've made it happen. Why not? I'm at the point now where I'm like, let's just get every single factor into our favor. We need a left back. Let's go sign the world's best. It's going to be Nuno Mendes, the Portuguese left back, 90 overall. We didn't even get him from PSG either. We've paid a pretty penny, but we've brought him across from Juventus. That is awesome. And watch the difference this makes. You go in here and you upgrade from an 82 rated left back to a 90 left back. That makes the whole rest of the squad look incredible alongside him. Okay, if this is going to get us to the Champions League, we are heading to the Champions League, 2nd in the Premier League. Nuno Mendes joining the club helps massively, although we could have easily fallen into 5th. Newcastle United 2 points behind us. Too bad, so sad. They cost us the Champions League spot last year, so they can go eat one. Relegated down this year are Wolves, Burnley, and Brentford. Liverpool beat Newcastle. Damn, tough year for Newcastle. Good year for Liverpool, though. Inter Milan win the Champions League. We stunk it up in the Europa League phase play. We came 21st. I genuinely thought we could have won it this year. We go into the playoffs where we lose to... Okay, I'm just gonna put it down to us putting all of our attention into the Premier League. We stunk the bed everywhere but the Premier League. Sporting win the Europa League, and it's Como winning the Conference League. Alex Bainer, oh my god, 91 overall. Gets himself 26 goals. Keane goes up to an 88. Although 21's pretty good. Adeyemi an 88. Like, we are in such a good spot. Tell came back from his loan, and he's had a good year. Most of those goals were scored at Crystal Palace, though. Odubel on loans had a great year. There's a lot to be excited about at Tottenham right now. We will be saying goodbye to one player though. Manor Solomon is unwilling to re-sign his contract, so he's going to be returning to wherever he wants to go. He's going to free agency apparently. It's taken longer than I hoped, but we will finally be returning to the Champions League in Season 4. Bring it on! I want our squad to be bulletproof. I'm going to go in initially. I'm going to start this year by signing players first of all, the starting 11. Then I want to make sure our reserves are bulletproof as well. I want every position to have an insane player, and then a player who's a backup who could basically fit in basically any starting 11 in the world. From there, I'm going to go and sell off all of the weak players, anybody that is 75 rated or lower. But turning our attention back to this, we've got ourselves a new centre back, another 90 rated player. It is the Ecuadorian defender, Willian Pacho. We're signing the world's best, signing him from PSG. Next, we're going in between the sticks. If anything happens to Vicario, we will have the Brazilian goalkeeper, 83 rated Bento. And I'm actually really happy about this one. From the relegated Brentford side, we have signed 83 rated Zakaria El Aldi. But the clean out of the lower rated players begins. I don't want any weak spots. Oliver Iral heading to the Colorado Rapids. George Abbott permanently moving to Hull. Jamie Donnelly moving to Coventry. I feel like we've done so much business with Coventry today. Mason Melly is going to be the only loan I make this season. And the final two players to leave in this clean out, we got Brandon Austin. He's heading up to the Blades off to Sheffield United. And Tyrese Hall heading to Al Nassr. And see what I mean, fellas? I present to you maybe the best team that we have had in all of FC 26. The starting, and I mean that, like, the starting 11 is ridiculous. But take a look at the bench right now. You got Tell coming back, who's 84, a perfect backup to Keane. Options in every area. And then you go down to the reserves. Our lowest rated player is Veliz. 75 rated Veliz is our worst player. We've got multiple backups in every position that can get the job done. But can we actually get the job done in the Champions League? I can already see that our first matchup's going to be against Real Madrid. What are the rest of them going to be about? So yeah, Real Madrid, that's a tough start, bro. Real Madrid away at the Bernabeu. Followed by us hosting Porto, hosting Ferencvárosi, traveling to Copenhagen. Okay, we're going to get both Madrid sides. Hosting Atletico in November. December, we host PSG. I'm very happy. We have Nuno Mendes, and we have Pacho. Final two games away in Istanbul against Fenerbahce. And the final one is going to be away at Milan. This is a roller coaster. I want to push for the top 8, but realistically, let's just keep this season alive. All right, we got 18th. 18th isn't ideal, but given the draw we had, I'm okay with it. It could have been a lot worse. We're going to have to go through the playoffs, though, if we want to achieve anything this year. Who are we versing in the playoffs? We have got Benfica. Again, could have been worse, but we cannot take them lightly. It has been a minute since we have seen this screen, and by God, Bane is at a 92 now. Come on, fellas. At home, first leg. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Moise Kean gives us the lead. I mean, half our bloody squad is 90 overall. If we can't win with 90 overalls, then we'll never win. Come on, you Spurs. Get the job done, lads. We're in Portugal, in Benfica. Get us through to the round of 16, 3-1. No injuries? Perfect. No injuries, no suspensions. Back to the round of 16. But I feel like because we're one of the lower ranked teams, if we're going to win the Champions League, we're going to have to take down some of the biggest clubs in Europe. Inter Milan, no exception. All right, here we go. First leg at home again. Just get the win. Get the win and get us on that flight to Milan. Come on, fellas. First leg, 2-0. That'll do. Nuno Mendes, he's been scoring a lot of goals. And Adeyemi as well. 2-0 in the first leg as we head to the San Siro. Okay. Let's get ourselves back to the quarterfinals. Just like season number 1 or season half. 2-0 up here against Inter Milan. Nothing crazy. Don't bottle it. That'll do. Keane gets a yellow card. Another goal for Nuno Mendes. Holy hell, bro. He has paid his transfer fee back a million times over. Okay. This is, I suppose, a nice surprise. I mean, Club Brugge, they have Christos Zolos. Who else do they have? Like, gosh, they don't have anybody unbelievable. They got decent players, Maybe one of those wonder kids is an absolute freak. Zolos is carrying heavy, but bro, we are going to be versing the South African Campbell there. We're going to be versing Club Brugge in the quarters. But Moise Kean is out for the first leg at home after that yellow card. This is why the backup plan works. Tell, 84 rated. Yes, a step back from 88. Kean, but still, decent player to have. First leg against Bruges, 2-2. Okay, Trasoldi bags a brace. Oh, we've got a little bit of adversity here as we head to Brussels. So we're heading here to Bruges. I think I said Brussels before. Brussels and Bruges are not the same city. That's my fault. But Kean is back in. 90 rated Kean. We need a win. We need a win here to avoid going out once again in the quarterfinals. What the Okay. Okay, we've won. But Bruges have taken us. It was a scoreless draw. They have taken us to a 12-11 penalty shootout. We're through to the semifinals, but that was not easy. Oh my God. Okay, it's a North London derby. A North London derby in the Champions League semifinals. Here we go. A massive blow though. Pedro Porro, a broken elbow. 7 weeks on the sidelines for our Spaniard. Fortunately, we had El Audi come into the squad from that Brentford signing. He's grown to an 85, so we're only technically going back 1 overall. That is why we signed the depth we do. Oh, it's a rainy night in North London. We versed them in the Premier League about a month ago and beat them 3-0. So I'm hoping for a similar result in the first leg of the semifinals. At home, we beat them 2-1. It's not 3-0, but it will do. No injuries, no yellow cards, and we take a 1-goal lead to the Emirates. Okay, just draw against Arsenal and we get ourselves to a Champions League final with Tottenham. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Come on, Tottenham. Get to the final. We do more than draw. We beat them 3-1. It is a 5-2 aggregate scoreline in the North London derby. Tottenham are heading to a Champions League final. Okay, and in the final, it's going to be another all-English experience. Tottenham versus Manchester City. A look around the grounds. Borussia Dortmund, maybe that's a good omen. We've done a lot of deals with them in this rebuild. They win a Europa League, whilst Aston Villa win the Conference League. Second place in the Premier League. Come on now. We're back to the Champions League next year. That's not a good sign, though. Man City winning the league. Oh, who got relegated? Newcastle had a stinker, but it is Sheffield, Southampton, and Ipswich going down. We did win the FA Cup this year, though. Get in there, lads. We won the FA Cup. We beat Brighton in the final, beat Swansea in the semis, beat Man City in the quarterfinals. Okay, we needed that. Whilst the Carabao Cup goes to Manchester United. As I said, we built ourselves maybe the best team that we have had in a rebuild so far this year. Is it going to be enough to get Manchester City out of the way? The lads have been putting up numbers. No surprise to see Nuno Mendes banging in the goals. Simmons with 15 assists. Pedro Porro still injured for this final, though. It's going to be a massive one. Tottenham versus Man City. Season 4 Champions League final. Here we go. The final being in Manchester is pretty brutal, though, at Old Trafford. Again, huge bragging rights for City if they can win it on their rivals' home patch of turf. Get that away. Get that away. Man City have come out absolutely trying to hammer us. Good ball out wide there. Adeyemi's in behind. Adeyemi's going to hit that one. Oh my God, it's a save. Good ball that. Gets us a counter-attacking opportunity. And Mecha drags it in. I see you. Beautifully done. Bainer looking for some support. Might just have to go himself. The Spaniard. The Spaniard goes himself. That's what you get when you're 92 overall. We use Moise Kean as the bait, dragging the defenders in, and we take the early lead here at Old Trafford. When it's a backline of Kusanov and Ake, we've got to take advantage. Haaland, we cannot allow Haaland to get a bite back in this one. That's a great save from Vicario. Get the block in. No, that's a great finish, but bloody hell, some sloppy defending. Tiani Reinders is going to get Man City the equaliser. Trying to get the 1-2s going. That's good. Adeyemi. Bit of space on the right-hand side here. I'm just trying to get a good ball into Kean, to be fair. Get one. Kean back to the goal. Get that in the middle. And Mecha! That's way too much space. What hold-up play. In fact, I need to go celebrate more with Kean. That was an incredible bit of hold-up play from Moise Kean. Gets it to Mecha, and we take the lead in this Champions League final. Xavi. I see you. That's a great ball. Come on, can Emecha put this one to bed? Surely with his second goal, we took one too many touches. Get that away. Good defense, Pacho. No! Yes, what an interception, Bunch. Oh my God. Now we might be able to get him on the counter. Softly fed through to Adeyemi. He's a speedster. Go yourself, Adeyemi. Kareem the Dream. Questionable goalkeeping from Donnarumma, but Kareem Adeyemi hits him on the counter-attack and may have just secured Tottenham a Champions League title. Surely that's going to be full-time. What a fun final, and what a fun rebuild overall. I was getting a little nervous in the second half there, but we have put the job together with one of the best teams that we have built in a rebuild this year. And it is 3 of our imports getting the goals. And it is going to be the man who started this rebuild injured, but has turned into one of our most important players, Dejan Kulusevski, wearing the captain's armband and lifting the Champions League title as captain as Tottenham. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video, click here to subscribe, and click here to check out another video.